いろいろ基本。まずは一番基本となる攻撃。次に重要なのは攻撃中。そしてまた最後にスキル。武器はそれでは基本。これが私になれない UI も。わかりました。赤色のゲージは私の HP がそうならないように、黄色のゲージはテイクダウンという強力な技を。また画面の左側に、画面の中央にローリングガード掴む重要なタイミングですので、最後に説明するの。リスクは戦闘ステージで、アイジップはコア実験室で、リスクは戦闘ステージで。聞こえましたか？そろそろ移動した方が良さそうで。これでとりあえずでは直接敵がすぐそこまで来て。
What's up, sir? I was excited for this game, so I wasn't aware a demo came out today. I want to try this out. So far, it's pretty good. I turned off the voices, though, so I can't stand lollies. There's too much talking in this game. Okay. You're okay, lolly. Alright, do I really need all this talking? I'm just like trying to get a feel for the mechanics here. Let's not talk so much. That was kind of information overload, mostly because they talk so much. It wasn't really all about the mechanics. I don't really care about what the lolly thinks. This is really solid, though. I like the combat. I could see this having a lot of potential. All that was basically just, you finish the tutorial and now we need to We need to kill you off so that you can see all the progression mechanics. That's basically all it is. Most roguelikes are like that. Even Hades is like that. I think Hades eases you into the game a lot better than this does, though. They talk way too much about unimportant things aren't related to gameplay. This is a melee action game. It's a roguelike. Alright, why is there so much story? Okay. I get it. Yes, I've taken an exam to be a pro gamer, yes. Alright, like how much more story can I play? Okay, actual gameplay stuff now that's worth reading. This looks really clean too. Character design is shit. It's just a generic anime robo-lolly, but I like the art style. Very clean. That was actually pretty engaging, even though it was mostly just talking. Roll dodge. Enter the Gungeon guys in this. Oh wow, Skull is in this too. You got some nice cameos. The guy from Dungreed. That's pretty awesome. I've heard of most of these games. I played Skull a lot. I didn't like Gungeon. I played Dungreed for a bit. Unsouled is not out yet. I like that. Oh, lots of bosses. 10 bosses? I applied for a key for this, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. I'm like kind of low on cash, so I don't know if I'll be able to buy this, but so far it feels pretty good. I really like the art style. game is really good. You can look past the generic main character design. It's a very visually clean looking game. Very fast paced too. There's like not much downtime, which is always a nice thing in a like. Gonna be doing the same thing for a long time, so it helps when the runs are nice and short. This is lightning fast. I really like this so far. I think I will buy this. No, this is like the sleeper hit for this month. This was actually very enjoyable. This feels really good to play. I like how this is better than Arise, because this weapon you can't roll, you can't dodge. You're stuck like this. But look at how responsive it is. Like frame 1 of the animation I can guard, so it's actually practical to use. And what makes it better is I can jump cancel. So even if I can't roll with this weapon, I'm still very mobile. It kind of requires you to play a different way. It's not just you're stuck in an animation for an eternity. Indie game with this little robot lolly is having that kind of mechanic, handling that kind of mechanic better than something like Arise, which probably costs like 100 times more to make. It's kind of depressing when you think about it. There's no animation lock in this game at all. Yeah, the demo's free on PC right now. I think it's on Switch too. Oh, do you get a fast travel? Oh, you do. Nice. That's always a good feature to have, too. Music is nice, too. Even though the character design is bad, I mean, she fits in with the rest of the enemies, so I mean, it's acceptable. I'll look past the fact that I'm playing as a screaming lolly. This game feels really good to play. Really nice pace to it. More fun a game is when the character does what you tell them to and they don't fucking stand there and stare off into space. It's gonna be hard playing Arise after this, that's for sure. I like trying out indie games. I like to have an open mind with games. I've had more good experiences with small stuff like this than a lot of big games. I like small games. This level's a little bit long, though. Hopefully they'll, like, make the levels a little bit shorter. But I think I just got bad RNG there. This game is clean. Probably gonna die here, so I've never played this before, but... Oh! I can't even fight the boss. Wow, that game is really cool. Well, that's a definite purchase. That was solid. Okay, let's play the game where, the game that's worse. Let's play the bad game now. You guys ready for a bad game? I am. I'm ready for being stuck in animations forever. Somehow a game about a lolly, a robot lolly is, somehow a game about a robot lolly is better than a Tales game. What's this you just sent me? No, well, the guy never finished the game. That looks kind of cool, but he didn't finish it. I mean, which is to be understanded. I mean, making a fan game is kind of a thankless job. It's hard work and you can't make any money off it. Kind of hard to really keep motivated when you're working with old-ass sprites and a really antiquated engine like OpenBOR. and the reality sets in that, like, I can't ever sell this. I can't make a cent off this, even though I'm putting my blood and sweat into it. Glad there's a couple good open BOR games at least. Alright, before I play bad game, I'm gonna go get some water and go to the bathroom. That's right, I stopped here. I got the title last night and then I went to bed. Kinda got a little disoriented on what I was doing. Alright, let me go to the bathroom and get some water, and then we'll play bad Tales game. Not a bad video game, it's just a bad Tales game. Just be more specific. See if there's any side quests I can do. Alright, I'll be right back.
なあ、そろそろ行こうぜ。
Alright, let me put the attack speed code on, because that makes that game a lot better. Go ahead and do that really quick. Yep, time to play bad Tales game. This feels so much worse than the game I was just playing. The night and day difference in responsiveness, that's for sure. This game is so stiff. I don't know how long I can stand playing this. This game is bad. I still have my Vita. I have one Vita. I had two, but I gave my other one to my real life friend.
撃あるのみ。
水車の決心よ任せたまえ新たな戦術を今の俊足は通じぬぞ全てを打ち壊さんばかりだなこのまま突き進めさて助力となろうか
小物に時間はかけてられないわ。
どんどん
Oh, this game is so fucking stiff. Would it kill the game designers? Let me cancel an animation. Jeez, man. I just like don't want you to have fun playing this game. Everything moves around so fast and you're glued to the ground
まで
constantly.
の余裕ぶりね。
君もあくびをしてい
Feels
ただ
awful.
そんなわ
What
け
the fuck were they thinking?
ま
It's like basic action game stuff that we figured out like 20 years ago. Somehow they can't even do that properly.
これは
A long animation, I'm stuck just watching. The enemy's on the other side of the screen. I like his moveset, but his moveset is bad because you can't hit anything. They either hit you out of it or they're on the other side of the screen because they just hyper armor through it. It's really weird when they like screw up things that we already figured out like ages ago. Don't lock the player into animations at any given point. Always give full freedom. But this game really has no freedom.
そろそろ牧
You kind of just
場の動物たちが育ったかな。
have to play this game the way they want you to.
落ち着かないね。
ああ、あんな廃棄
That's a pretty loaded question because Graces was the beginning of them dumbing down the battle system. Graces has a lot of jank to it. Bosses will walk out of hit stun at random. There's the accuracy stat, which is really bad. Xillia is a pretty responsive game, but it's also boring because you can't do any combos in that game. The enemies tech out really often. Xillia 2 fixes that, but it's a very, definitely the best LMBS game, by far. It's just... As an actual game, it feels like a rehash, because it was made, a year after the first game, so... It's a lot of recycled assets, a lot of recycled bosses. But the combat is very good, and I mean, it's a Tales game, so I mean, obviously that matters.
Yes. これを食べれ
But
ば
I'm just a Tales boomer, so I don't know why people value my opinion so much.
ロー相手になってくれ
I've
る
been
か
playing these games for decades,
いや
over 20 years.
あのな
そうか
それは強くなり
ジルファに
ガキの頃さだからひっついている熱心なのはいいがガムシお前が勉学を休みたい時自分は休むこと別にしんみりするところじゃねえそれともこれってもっといろんなことそんじゃまた明日よし疲れは取れたぜ
Graces is more responsive than this game is, though, that's for sure. It's got that going for it, but it was kind of the beginning of the end, them constantly dumbing down the battle system.
いつも思うけど
私にはそこまでわからない
9針
湿気
気づかれているかもしれない
雰囲気が変わった油断するな、鋭を隠すなら 森の中か。
わからないこと言ってないで探すのよ。
I haven't had to do a single puzzle in this game, and I definitely like that. Tales puzzles are usually, usually generic RPG stuff, like pushing blocks and finding a bunch of keys. I mean, you do find keys in this game, but it's pretty painless. I don't know, my thing about puzzles in video games is that I actually love puzzle games. I don't play them on the channel much, but I grew up with all the greats. I grew up with, like, Puzzle Fighter,
あな
and
たが作るもの？
Tetris and Tetris Attack, Bust-A-Move, or Puzzle Bobble. I really enjoy those games, but the problem is that puzzles in games like this are way worse. And they're not really designed to be fun, they're designed to pad the game out and stuff. I'm kind of glad that they didn't even bother with that. It's like, just go here, get this, and you're done. This game hasn't really padded itself out much either, which is also a good thing.
容赦しないわよ。
相当なんて俺には関係ねえ。
致命傷になりかね
敵に回したくそれを防ぐのが私の役目です。動きを止める。
息の根止める。
味方しよう。
ここまでだ。
決めて。氷の槍よ。
相手にだろう。
何か
Funnily enough, now that I think about it, Xillia 2 is the opposite of this game.
武器を作れそうだ。
This game, everything but the combat is really good.
あの光ったやつ。
But in
やっちまうか。
Xillia 2, combat is the only good thing about the game. It really is like polar opposite. Xillia 2 just suffers from being a sequel they crapped out in a year. They managed to fix the combat in that time, which is really nice, but not a whole lot else to the game. Especially if you play them one after the other. It's gonna feel like deja vu, that's for sure.
ここのところ運がいいな。
At least the Symphonia sequel came out a couple years later, and they didn't really recycle anything, so it still felt like a fresh game. But Xillia 2 is like it feels like an expansion pack. It's kind of what it feels like. It's like, okay, we fixed the combat, but we had like 10 months to make this game, so you're going to be going through a lot of the same empty, dead-looking areas, and you know, the story's not going to make much sense. The story in the second game kind of like completely undermines the first one because they introduce things you normally shouldn't introduce in a video game, which is like alternate dimensions and shit. It's best experienced skipping the cutscenes and maybe giving yourself a little bit of time between the first game. I mean, there was a year between the games in Japan, so I mean that was enough time to not feel really overwhelmed by how similar everything is and how much recycling they did. I think that's why they spaced them out when they released them over here too. It stings a lot less when you haven't immediately played the last game. I will always talk up that game's combat, though. That game is the peak of LMBS, that's for sure.
力の差は歴然だというの。
すがすがしいまでの余裕ぶりね。
君もあくびをしていただろう。
そんなわ
I'll
けない。
probably play that again after this, and I'll probably enjoy it. I'll probably appreciate it a lot more.
地上がやられた時に備えてた
That
んだと
battle
思う
system
よ
has a lot more substance than this does.
鋭の隠れ家に選ばれた。
This looks pretty, but just doesn't really play well. Yeah, it does. Oh boy, do I recommend this game. That's a loaded question. I don't even know how to answer that. I don't think this is a good Tales game at all. I think this is actually gameplay-wise one of the worst. I'll be writing up a review for this, I just need to finish it first. But I already know my opinion is not going to change. This game's battle system is a mess.
さあ骨が折れそうだ。協力して食べるぞ。表彰シール俺の真骨だ。
動きを止める。
息の根止める。足止めは任せたまえ。拳を温めとけ。こいつ。
それを止めるためにこの盾がある。
分かった。任せたぞ。了解した。つらいな。頼む。
氷の槍が私から落とせば死ぬぜ。そうだ。
It looks nice, yes, it's very... A lot of the things that aren't the gameplay are really nice in this game. It's just... the gameplay sucks for a number of reasons. A multitude of reasons the gameplay in this game is really bad. I somehow thought that putting hyper armor on everything was a great idea. Works about as well as you'd expect, meaning that it doesn't work. Favorite game is not this game. This game is pretty low on the list. Yeah, no, I strongly disagree with you. The gameplay is bad. Because you can barely use any of your moves. Because the armor. Armor greatly limits your options. And it's boring. Everything being hyper armor all the time. The bosses are just spamming the same move over and over. Because everything else gets you killed. rather play any other Tales game over this for the most part. Except stuff like Legendia and Zestiria. Hard disagree.
氷の槍よ
It's just so clunky. It's what I don't like about this game. I'm gonna make everything a wall of armor. I should be able to cancel it any frame in an animation, not 5 seconds later. Watch my character get hit by something I can't control. Especially the boss fights really limit what you can do.
いい武具が入ってたぜ。
見た目はあまり好みでないが。さあ行くぞ。バラバラにしてやる。あの年で致命傷になりかねない。
それを防ぐのが私の役目です。動きを止める。
息の根止める。
大地の元に人の
ここまでだ。俺が防御。
I get really tired of the armor. Armor just gets on my nerves. Way too much of it. The only part of the game where you can actually do like more than 2 moves endlessly. So the bosses just walk through it all. Where does it want me to go? I don't understand what it wants me to do. Oh, alright. Alright, there's a healing thing here.
どこかにか
いや逃げたという。
危ない。
考えるのは後だ。
どういうこと？マイコンが騙したの？
わからない。そんな風には見えなかった。戻って問い詰めるためにもまずはこいつを何とかしようぜ。弱そうなとこを戦おうぜ。
動かない。インテリーカム三日月よ。自由の実よ。
暗いな。やらせない。
炎よ。しないよ。
だだぜ。よし。今のうちに。ロンドセンス。ここまでだ。やがって。潰してやる。
No, there is strategy to it. This guy is basically a Giganto. Yeah, visually this game definitely is a mess. When you're in these fights, it's really hard to tell what's going on. Visibility is not very good. That's something that's pretty pretty subjective. More armor.
倒れてからが遅いよ。俺の真骨だ。任せて。外さないわ。決めて。灼熱のバーンストライク。
Those are actually the fun bosses, the ones that aren't human.
やはりここにす
The
るしかない
human bosses are dreadful.
落ち着けシオンらし
They're
くない
really
ぞ
bad.
あなたの死。
ここまで一緒に乗り
私たちは
本気で言ってるのか。ジルファの死を乗り越えられ自分の命を顧みあれが全部計算づくだったなんて答えるつもりがないなら俺も好きに余計なお世話と言われたっていい。俺は俺で勝手にシオンを助ける。
ずるい。どうして放っておいてくれない。
知ってるさ、シオンに人のそういう
茨に縛られた私は死ぬまで
今もか。
私の本当の目的は
茨をって
確実じゃないわ。
レナス
スルドブリガの勝者。つまり作るには5つ。
そうか。でもシオン少しでも茨が解ける可能性が
俺たち
この際我々に
にわかに仲間らしく。
ありがとう。
ダナの解放レナスここのスルトとマスターコアを探し出すためにも。
しかしまさかあのシオンからありがとうが出るとはな。
腕をつかまれたいみたいね。
あっ冗談だって。おっかねえな。シオンはおっかなくなんかない。
アルフェン。
攻撃あるのみ。ここまでだ。新たな天力だ。
決めて。
私の動きについてくるとは。
負けてらんねえさ。
突破するぞ。ヨースト襲撃ロンドテンプは俺がヨースト襲撃高校なんて俺には関係ねえ。
敵に回したくないな。
あの年致命傷になりかね
それを防ぐのが私の役目です。
た我が術で貴様の俊足を封じよう。いや 縛ると言った方が正しい。
いいから早く
潰してやる。陣内老霊バラバラにしてやる。
決めて灼熱の
Glad this game has a martial artist, though. He just,
イオンの弾丸
he's in the wrong game.
銃よりも飛ばすなんて
I can't wait till they add him to Tales of the Rays, because then you're really gonna be able to go ham. It's gonna be really fun when they put him in Rays.
問題なさそうな
Actually be able to do all this shit on a boss. Looking forward to it. Surprised they didn't have him out at launch, but they're doing the Guilty Gear collab right now, which is kind of weird. I think they would do that like later.
私なら落とせる
Especially because there hasn't been a new Tales game in like 5 years. It's a little weird that they're doing like Guilty Gear right now. I don't understand how they got to that point.
敵はわずか
Because they have like a campaign in the game right now. You get a bunch of free stuff to celebrate Arise's release, but it's weird that they don't have the characters yet.
私に任せて
The Guilty Gear collab is really cool, but a little bit strange if you ask me. Wonder if KOF All-Star, how they're gonna do that.
トマスの決着はついたか。
まだまだ戦いは続くんだな
KOF 15 comes out, like, are they just gonna have the characters right away, or are they gonna do it like Raze is doing, where it's like, well, here's a banner, here's a little photo of the main characters, but that's it. Not really capitalizing on the release very well. A little strange, but hopefully they'll celebrate it properly. Oh, there's a quest here.
何か視線を感じるわ
誰かが
Oh, it's him again.
あら
はてなのほ
ちょっとえ
う。いや
あら
いいな。
どうか
の。また。おや。そんな。やれやれ。の。
何
の。
How does this guy make it this far? He really perpetuates the theory that JRPG RPGs are more powerful than the protagonists. Like, I had to fight through armies of giant monsters to get here, and this guy's just chilling out here asleep. Like, like it should be his most vulnerable position, but nope, he's just out here.
まったくとんだご
It's
さん
like
だわ
Dr. Light
その割に入っ
putting the capsules for
手を開けてい
X
るのは
in like
さすがとい
a
う
room full of spikes. It's like, are you trying to kill me, dude? Like, what the hell, man? If you're making me these upgrades, why are you putting them in spike rooms where
お友達がいる
you
の
know, Mega Man historically just gets killed? He even
これだ
like
け遺跡が残ってる
touches the side of it with his
ど
finger.
うしてレナ人は利用しなかったのか
Like that guy needs to be playable. Just once I'd like to see a JRPG like address that. Like, how the hell did you get here? It wasn't easy for us to get here.
飛び回られてはな。
分かってる私が落とす
後悔しな。 の足私が絡め取ろう。
火の精霊術よ。
もっと落ち着けてもらう。
フリーズランタ
Yeah.
やったなアルフェン。
ああ、これからも頼むぞ。
You definitely need a lot of suspension of disbelief in these kinds of
ー。
games.
つけましょう。
俺の真骨頂。
私に任せて。水の精霊術よ。氷の槍フリーズランタ氷の槍よ。自分で直せる。
癒してよこって困るの。
賢明な判断。精霊術よ。フリーズランタ
絡め取る。
凍結氷の槍よ。
俺の真骨頂。
あの年寄り致命傷になりかね
それを防ぐのが私の役目です。私なら落とせるわ。
見事な連撃。
私に任
賞賛
せて。
やたし
異常な押しな。
ベアリーサ
お前手術か。
君からは目を離さない。
ウキウキの大地は見たことねえけど。
君が原因かもな。
灼熱の
なんだろうこれ。
Yeah, the classic is when a kid is in there and you just like talk to them and they just leave. It's like, well, what did you need me for exactly? You got into this cave full of like horrible monsters.
水場。
You're just like completely unscathed. They're like terrified too. It's like, what are you terrified of? I mean, you got through here just fine.
もあるし。邪魔よ。
いつも助けられているな。
私のため。
構わない。
いけるぞ。使い手がいなくなっ
見事な連撃。賞賛に値する。突っ込んでくるぞ。
それを止めるためにこの盾がある。
分かった。任せたぞ。
出さない。
Yeah, Terranigma was a good game. The ending was really weird though. I still don't understand exactly what happened in that ending. I like that game though.
素晴らしい奏だ。やれるぜ。ぶっ潰してやる。陣内漏洩客。任せたまえ。
氷の槍よ。
そういうレンガだ。参加猛襲客。俺の真骨だ。つらいな。だねえ、つらいな。やるぞ。
動きを止める。
息の根止める。
Yeah, I played through that game like, what, like 20 years ago? It was a good game.
さっさと片付けましょう。
気が利くぜ隊長。礼を述べる時間で敵にもう一撃加えたまえ。
光よ、私に任せて。外さないわ。
後悔しな。我が道を作ろうとしている。継承を妨害されたか。ぶっ潰してやる。陣内漏洩客。バランス襲撃。任せたまえ。どうか
突進は私が止める。お願い、来たら。
やらせない。準備完了。そこだ。バラバラにしてやる。科学がいい。これで見事な連撃。動産に値する。を超える。
The random battles get a little bit repetitive because of all the armor. But there's already a mod to remove all the armor. I mean, the random battles are the only time you can combo anything in this game. Everything else is always in armor. No, they have their place just for that. It's just none of the combos you learn on the random enemies mean anything because the bosses are just spamming the same safe move over and over. There's no like really thought process.
いや強くなっちまったな。どれ一つ試してみるか。いやいや遠慮しときます。
You know, normally in Tales games, it's like the random battles aren't a challenge. They're basically just like bags of experience and loot. But with the real value of them has traditionally been like you learn combos on the random enemies and you actually use them. You use them on bosses. So even though the random battles like aren't particularly challenging, like you're still actually learning something that you can apply into more challenging parts of the game. But in this game, it's like, well, you can't do that. The bosses just walk through everything, so that inherently limits what you can do. Which is a bummer, but it definitely feels like the random battles in this game are a tease. They really do feel like a tease. It's like, we're gonna let you have fun for a little bit. But the reality is none of that stuff's gonna work on bosses, so everything you learn is kind of pointless. It's not the first like melee combat game to do that. It won't be the last, but it doesn't prevent it from being disappointing. But yeah, like one of the most important gameplay loops is kind of gone in this game. It's weird that I don't see anybody talking about that either. I'm like, I think that's a pretty big problem.
金槌の音っていいよな。
I mean, you kind of have to take my opinion at face value. I've been playing these games for 21 years, so obviously that comes with higher standards. You know, I've played the best games in this series numerous times, and I'm a lot harder to please, and I'm the first to admit that. But everything that's not combat in this game, I think, is really good. I think this game is a step up in a lot of ways. I just think that the combat is botched.
でもこれ
広場の方だ。
どうしたのだ。
いや、あんたたち。
何があったか。
あんたたちに伝えるのを見越した上、どうやら思っていた。
何のためにそ
大方、あんたたちに首を突っ込あんたたちがいない間に別の部隊がすぐいたのはまるで
そうか。
それが聞いた話じゃ。
マスターコア
すまないが近く広場で出たい。俺はその間スルドの処遇もそこで発表されるんだろう。
スルドが無抵抗で
知っての通り。
どうも気になるな。それまではここに。デダイムがスルドをどうするつもりか気になる。勝利宣言の時まで宿場で休もう。
みんな興奮してる。
敵の視界を捉えた。
Yeah, this game is a step up in a lot of ways, and I know
とはいえ
I'm very critical on it.
どうにも
But
落ち着かないな。
I've talked about the good things this game does at length, and it's making the game sell copies. So even though myself and a lot of the other Tales boomers don't like this game, it can't be denied it's doing a lot right.
ちょっと
確かに謎めいた文章だな。
何が何だかさっぱりだ。適当にその辺探せばいいんじゃねえの。
これってそれぞれが場所を示してるのかな。
お前も興味津々かよ。これがみんな解放されたダナ人なのか。
ああ、
スルドの処遇も決めるという話だった。
それは。
Oh, anime.
あれが。
ああスルドアウメドラ・カイネリス。
やめよ。憎しみからは何も生まれぬ。取り返しのつかないことに。
これが裁きだというの。精霊力。
エルガイの果実か。
This is an angry Twitter mob. YouTube commenters. This is what it's like to run a moderately successful YouTube channel. It's the kind of shit you get. Yamero! These are the people that gave me the comments on Dynasty Warriors 9. Well, the YouTube commenters all got banned. It's okay, there's thousands more. You'll be fine. Actually, that's like the Twitch hate bots right now. The hate raid bots. That's what that cutscene was. It's just a bunch of single-celled organisms just repeating gibberish.
だから言ったではないか。憎しみからは何も生まれぬ。
見つけた。父さんと母さんの敵。
おやお前、まさかダナの魔女か。あの時根絶やしにしたものと思うていたが、さては生き残りがいたか。
おいリベル。
うるさい。私はこのためだけに生きてきたんだ。邪魔するならあんたも殺せ。
お前
殺してやる。絶対殺してやる。なんでよ。なんで邪魔するのよ。
なんかなんでだろうな。お前の顔見てたら放っておけなくて。
I gotta charge my phone. I gotta go soon, huh? I
あん
forgot
た
about
だって
that.
父親
Alright, when my
したく
phone
せに
charges, I'm
なんで私の邪魔するのよ。
gonna stop. Forgot to charge my phone before my shift. No. I'll be on a bit longer. I gotta head over there soon though, about 40 minutes.
でないとまた吹っ飛ばすから。
それでも悪い。俺うまい。
It's okay, Law. You're just training your hyper armor ability, right? You're not gonna stagger anymore?
さっき溶けちまった連中みたいな顔で あの女を殺させちゃダメだって。
あの女がしたことあんたも見たじゃない。あれが許せるっていうの？
そうだよな。
Like how the Lord is just standing there, like just watching.
だけどやっぱダメだ。
Just
この
leave.
ままやっちまったら
Just leave.
きっと
It's
後
been
悔
like
する。
3 minutes of monologue.
だからごめん。
It's gone on longer than like a tokusatsu transformation sequence.
避けないで。
Like just leave.
あんたなんかに。あんたなんかに。
Like when the villains are just like checking Instagram. Pull out the phone, take a picture of your ramen, look at cat photos, make a shit post on Reddit, just kill time while they keep talking. You could just kill them right now. I mean, like, what? Everybody's just standing there.
貴様
It's so
この
awkward.
何年にもわたりわらわはひたすら研鑽に励んでまいった。お前の一族の知識も益するところ大である。せめてもの礼じゃ。その成果の一端を味わっておく。
You could have done that while they were talking. You had several minutes. Goku could have charged up the spirit bomb in that time frame. Why didn't you just do that while they were talking and just run them over?
生に死をあがり生ける地獄を編み上げる。
You gotta
それが
you gotta get your
わらわ
monologue off too. Yeah, I get it.
王子の
That was really awkward.
されるのは慣れてるからな。今あいつを倒すことに集中しようぜ。
動きを止める。
せたまえ尻尾が厄介だならば集中して狙ってみよう
攻撃を続けるぞ逃がさない
負けないよ。
ネガティブ強度暴力なんかに無理はしないで
アドレスサークル
倒れろ風に回れいただぜ大地のもとに刻まれ
氷の槍よフリーズロック
ここまでだ
光を貫け味方しよう飛ぶ相手は任せて逃がさない
我らに生命がやらせないだろうだなぜ我が道をやる後悔しな潰してやる陣内漏洩客
フリーズランター
女神の光よこれでいける俺の真骨だ
外さないわ動きを止める
息の根止める
皆無事か
ああだがアウメドラに逃げられたリーメルは
なんだこれは。何があったんだ。
バエフォンあんた無事だったのか
ずっと街の外にいた。いきなり中が静かになったんで、
Twitter
何
mob
事か
got
と戻ってきたん
banned.
だ。どうなってる。
Twitch hate
なぜ
raid
誰もいない。
bots.
鋭
They
ア
got
ウメド
banned.
ラの仕業だ。精霊力を一気に集めるためわざと捕まり人々を煽り立てた。デダイムもというより広場にいたほぼ全員が犠牲になった。
デダイムもほぼ全員って。それじゃ漆黒の翼の仲間は。なんてことだ。
いくら自分の領地だからといって人間にあんな真似ができるなんて。
ケルザレクをそそのかしたのがアウメドラなら当然予想して叱るべきだった。ヘルガイの果実の効果をまずメナンシアで確かめてそれを用いたに違いない。
初めから何もかもアウメドラの計略だったと。
食料もあらかじめ細工しておいてから見つかるようにしたんだな。
追いかけるんだ。ビエゾやガナベルトもたちが悪かったがアウメドラはその日じゃない。しかもあいつは本当に逃げ出したんじゃない。このまま放っておくわけにはいかない。
許せないぜ。
Let's do it in a cutscene so I don't have to fight another bad humanoid boss.
私はわからないよ。憎むなって言われてもそれだけで生きてきたんだよ。じゃあどうしたらいいの。もしまたアウメドラと戦うことになったら私どんな顔をして戦えばいいの。
わからないよ。
リンベル。
あなたの痛みはあなたにしかわからない。憎しみを支えにするというならそれもいい。でも差し違えようというわけでないなら、
そんな。
本当にそこがあなたの終着点なのか。
そうだな。俺もだがシオンの言う通り、どうしても辛いなら。
ダメだよ。どうしていいかわからないけど、それだけは私も一緒に行く。
しかしアウメドラを追うとバイフォン殿。
確証はないが、ここから西のそこで何年も前から当時は何のためかわからなかった。
なるほど。自ら主婦を滅ぼさせたくらいだ。元より国を捨てるつもりなのかもしれんな。
分かった。
Oh, I got something for him. What does he have? Awakening attack. Hell yeah, I'll take that. He gets awakening so easy. I don't know if I have anything else for awakening. I think I got most of the good stuff already. Battle chain bonus. I think that's relatively useless. Grab that. He's got some stuff, but he hasn't really unlocked most useful things yet.
あの女、次は何をするつもりだ。
どうせろくでもねえことだろ。
今度は止める。
I'm gonna try to take out a Giganto really quick. Let me go rest first. I think I'm gonna call it a stream, so I have to go kitty sitting in like 20 minutes. I don't have time to do any more story right now. And I might be streaming over there too, so I don't feel like I need to do a long goodbye or anything. I'm just gonna come right back. Probably be on in like an hour or so. Let's get attack up, I think.
完成完璧。目から舌が飛び出る。
See if I can take out that Giganto. So let me go ahead and save while I've got the effect on. Probably still not strong enough, but that's all I really feel like doing right now. As I gotta go to the second job very shortly. Pretty much as soon as my phone charges, I'm gonna head over there. So I wanna make a snack and then maybe I'll start streaming again.
インテリータム。この調子でいきましょう。
See if I can do this now. Probably still not strong enough. I'm still like almost 15 levels under.
抵抗はそうだが、やるしかない。
傷を負ったら言いなさい。
バラバラにしてやる。
巻き込め。 突進は私が止める。
お願いしたら
One shot.
装填中。炎よ巻き込め。死の力だって呼び戻すの。それだよ。やれるぞ。レイズネット。リゾックコ。これでいける。フリーズラン。まとめてからゴールだよ。
Couldn't cancel. Got stuck in an animation. Isn't that great? Such a great battle system to have long-ass animations and just get stuck. Just stand there and watch while your character dies. Damn it. Wouldn't cancel. Just stood there. What's up, Mr. Dynamite? How you doing, sir? trying to finish this before I go to work. Feed the kitties. Of course you summon ads. Still alive after all that? Really? HP sponge much? I hate when bosses do this. It makes it take longer. How many of these guys are there, man? So annoying. So the way to make things harder is just nothing staggers to anything. Just summon annoying flying enemies that have shit hurt boxes. It's the way of making it harder. They keep fucking coming back, too. It's always the most annoying thing. It's not enough that they spawn constantly. They spawn them once, they have to keep freaking coming back. Why do they have so much health? This game sucks, man. He's taking that just fine until he decides to put on ultimate hyper armor. And just summon a bunch of bees with 80 billion health, and the AI is too stupid to deal with it. They're all in armor. I wish this game was better. It's not. The battle system sucks. It's just boring. Everything's just a wall. You just stand there and watch. And you can't cancel out of anything, so you're just a sitting duck. It's just so one-dimensional. There's nothing to it. Just spam your most powerful move over and over and over. I don't know why they had to ruin the battle system. Keep the old one and make it better. Don't give me that game's battle system. It's just so unresponsive. I hate how most of the time I die because character won't fucking cancel. He just stands there. When can I ever use that long animation on a boss? Pretty much never. Pretty much never use any of the cool looking moves because they're long animations and they just get you killed. Because they don't know how to do animation canceling, even though we've been doing it for decades now. It's too hard for them to do. Oh, I like all the agenda. It's like, oh, they want you to think about which moves to use. I'm like, dude, I have 6 moves on the ground, and for the first half of the game I had 3. And one of them is useful. The others just get me killed. I struggled with the first boss because, heaven forbid, I want to use more than one of my 4 moves. But once I just kept using Swallow Blade, which has a short animation, he died instantly. There's no problem at all. That's shit game design, no matter how you slice it. Don't give me a bunch of moves and have most of them serve no purpose. They look cool, they're flashy, they generate a lot of particle effects, but actually using them is like a death sentence, which doesn't make any sense to me. It's just weirdly designed. I hope that they'll patch it. At the very least, bare minimum, at least like have like an unlockable ability to cancel out of things at any point in animation. That would make the game a lot better. Yeah, it's weird that you can cancel into the boost attacks, but you can't cancel into the dodge. So it's like, do you want me to use the boost attacks strategically, or do you want me to just spam them? I don't feel like I should need to use them to cancel out of an attack. I should be able to do that just by default, or at least like an early game unlockable. No, the game just has jank design. It really does. It looks nice. Everything else about the game is really solid, but the battle system just falls apart. Some of those bosses, it's just a mess. It really is. I mean, they're patching Scarlet Nexus, and that game was a lot less successful than this is, so I have faith that maybe they'll unjankify the game. It's all style, no substance. Yes, exactly. That's pretty much what it is. But the characters don't feel good to control, and there's a pretty major visibility problem, for one thing. I think the humanoid bosses in this are some of the worst bosses I've ever fought in a video game, because you have armor, they do such high damage, and they, you can't see them. Like, the visibility is all messed up. Because you're fighting someone the same size as you, but unlike you, they have infinite hyper armor. I don't want to rant on this anymore. I gotta go feed the kitties. I might stream over there, actually. I'm thinking about streaming over there in a bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. My phone's charged. It's about time to go, so I'm gonna go over there and have a snack, and then I think I might stream some more over there. And then I might do some more Arise when I get home. I don't know how close I am to the end of the game. I haven't really been able to find a walkthrough or anything, but I estimate by the weekend, by Monday, I should be done, I think, depending on how much I can stand of it. We'll see what happens, I guess. Alright, friends, I will see you guys, if not over there at my neighbor's house, then when I get home. Thanks for stopping by and listening to my, my Tales Boomer rants. I know people value my opinion for whatever reason, but yeah, I do have admittedly high standards. I've been playing these games for over half my life, so I've been through the high points and the low points. There's been a lot of low points in the Tales series. I wouldn't call it a low point. You can't really call it a low point because the game is selling and reviewing very well. It's critically acclaimed and it's moving a lot of copies, so low point in gameplay, yes. It's actually a really high point in terms of the series' future. Despite hoping that they'll fix the battle system at some point, whatever the next game is. But you can't call it a low point. Gameplay-wise, I would say it is in some ways. But, I mean, how many people are playing this on Steam right now? It's like tens of thousands, right? 36,000 people. For a JRPG, that is massive. I think it's actually the highest JRPG launch on Steam's history. So, they obviously did something right. I think a lot of the non-combat stuff in the game is extremely well done. A lot of the polish and stuff is really nice too. It's just the gameplay is... It just gets dull. It feels like it punishes you for trying to have any variety because of the armor, all the armor, and just not being able to cancel out of things. That's it. I'll see you guys when I get over there, if not when I get home. Peace.